Crown recognises the protracted labours of the Ngāi Tahu ancestors in pursuit of their claims for redress and compensation against the Crown for nearly 150 years, as alluded to in the Ngāi Tahu proverb, He mahi kai tākata, he mahi kai puaka. The Crown hereby acknowledges the work of the Ngāi Tahu ancestors and makes this apology to them and to their descendants. The Crown acknowledges that it acted unconsciously and in repeated breach of the principles of the Treaty of Waitangi in its dealings with Ngāi Tahu in the purchase of Ngāi Tahu land. The Crown further acknowledges that in relation to the deed of purchase, it has failed in most material respects to honour its obligations to Ngāi Tahu as its treaty partner, while it also failed to set aside adequate lands for Ngāi Tahu use and to provide adequate economic and social resources for Ngāi Tahu. The Crown acknowledges that in breach of Article 2 of the treaty, it failed to preserve and protect Ngāi Tahu use and ownership of such of their land and valued possessions as they wish to retain. The Crown recognises that it failed to act towards Ngāi Tahu reasonably and with the utmost good faith in a manner consistent with the honour of the Crown. That failure is referred to in the Ngāi Tahu saying, Te hapa unu te rei, the unfulfilled promise of New Zealand. The Crown further recognises that its failure always to act in good faith deprived Ngāi Tahu of the opportunity to develop and keep the tribe for several generations in a state of poverty, a state referred to in the proverb Te mati o te iwi, the Malays of the tribe. The Crown recognises that Ngāi Tahu has been consistently loyal to the Crown and that the tribe has honoured its obligations and responsibilities under the Treaty of Waitangi and duties as citizens of the nation, especially but not exclusively in their active service in all major conflicts up to the present time to which New Zealand has sent troops. The Crown pays tribute to Ngāi Tahu's loyalty and to the contribution made by the tribe to the nation. The Crown expresses its profound regret and apologises unreservedly to all members of Ngāi Tahu family for the suffering and hardship caused to Ngāi Tahu and for the harmful effects which resulted to the welfare, economy and development of Ngāi Tahu as a tribe. The Crown acknowledges that such suffering, hardship and harmful effects resulted from its failure to honour its obligations to Ngāi Tahu under the deeds of purchase, whereby it acquired Ngāi Tahu lands to set aside adequate lands for the tribe's use, to allow reasonable access to traditional sources of food, to protect Ngāi Tahu's rights to pounamu and such other valued possessions as the tribe wished to retain, or to remedy effectively Ngāi Tahu grievances. The Crown apologises to Ngāi Tahu for its past failures to acknowledge Ngāi Tahu rangatiratanga and mana over the South Island lands within its borders and in fulfilment of its treaty obligations. The Crown recognises Ngāi Tahu as the tangata whenua of and as holding rangatiratanga within the takiwā of Ngāi Tahu whānau. Accordingly, the Crown seeks on behalf of all New Zealanders to atone for these acknowledged injustices so far as that is now possible, and with the historical grievances finally settled as to the matters